Dr. Crusher is an iconic character. But who is Dr. Crusher? Hey Trekkies, Christian Fox here with another video for you. Today, I want to talk about the iconic character Dr. Crusher from TNG and answer the question, who is Dr. Crusher? Dr. Beverly Crusher, an Earth native, is one of the main protagonists of Star Trek The Next Generation. Dr. Crusher has been portrayed by Gates McFadden since the series aired in 1987 and plays an older Crusher in Star Trek Picard. Dr. Crusher is the chief medical officer aboard the Enterprise D and later the Enterprise E in the films. Dr. Crusher, as with everyone else in TNG, is a brilliant officer. In her role as chief medical officer, she is responsible for maintaining the physical health of the crew, treating the sick and injured that the Enterprise encounters, and of course, crewing whatever crazy sci-fi elements come their way. Throughout this series, we get to see Dr. Crusher save countless patients and solve whatever crazy medical mysteries the crew is dealing with any given week. Some of her most impressive medical moments include removing the Borg implants and machinery from Captain Picard, transferring a Trill symbiote from a Trill host to a human host, and replacing Worf's spinal cord. Of course, some of that spinal cord success is owed to Dr. Russell, who came up with the technology to clone organs. When she's not doing all the good medical stuff, she's raising her son Wesley. Personally, I think she ranks pretty high in the Trek parenting conversation. One of the interesting things about Dr. Crusher is she gets to do a lot more than just be a doctor. In one situation, Crusher acts as a scientific diplomat, her words not mine, and tries to help Ferengi scientist Dr. Rega prove his new metaphasic shielding technique by inviting other scientists in the field to view his work. Basically, his metaphasic shield would allow ships to travel into a star. Unfortunately, things go awry and Dr. Rega is murdered. Crusher puts her career on the line and goes into full detective mode, eventually solving the murder. In another situation, Dr. Crusher takes command of the Enterprise when the crew is off trying to find evil data. Not only is she able to destroy a Borg ship, as well as rescue the crew, she's able to help Ensign Tate, a young officer, find her confidence. And Ensign Tate, of course, comes up with the brilliant idea to use the sun to destroy the Borg. I must say that I love her collaborative command style and really think she could be one of the greats if given her own command. She's also really badass when she's firing phaser rifles in Star Trek Insurrection. Much like the rest of the crew, Dr. Crusher has had her share of wacky sci-fi adventures. These include getting trapped in a warp bubble universe where people keep disappearing, and being trapped in a time loop where the Enterprise keeps blowing up. What's interesting about the time loop is that Dr. Crusher seems to be more aware of the loop than everyone else. Oh, and there's that time that she falls in love with the Space Ghost, but we don't talk about him. No. In the romance department, Dr. Crusher has had some flings, but it's her hidden romantic feelings for Captain Picard that are the most interesting. The feeling is mutual on his end, but the death of her husband Jack, who is also Picard's best friend, makes things a little awkward. These feelings are not really dealt with until Star Trek Picard, aside from the episode Attached, where those feelings are brought to the surface via a set of mind-scanning implants. Dr. Crusher appears in TNG, the TNG films, and Picard.